The morning after the city of Boston's proudest days on the calendar, the city is waking up today in recovery mode and still looking for answers in the wake of Monday's bombing that rocked the Boston Marathon. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the News Hub. I'm Kelsey Hubbard. Here is the latest on the update as we know it right now. 3 people are confirmed dead and more than 140 injured. Also, as of this morning, police say they do not have any suspects in custody, and authorities have not confirmed that additional devices found in the area were bombs. And now we're going to go back to Boston, where Lisa Fleischer has been covering this story for us all night in Boston. Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's a really nice morning here in Boston.
I can imagine it is just devastating for everybody there, especially anyone who has to follow this story and try and get the details as the facts are coming out fast and furious, I'm sure. Tell us what is the latest of what you know.
Well, we still don't know a lot. I think that the police are going to have a press conference at about 9:30. But everybody's sort of up and about, milling around. There's a lot of security, a lot of police presence, guards, the sort of thing you would kind of expect. Lots of media.
And are we getting any more information about the patients that have been taken to the hospital? I know that there were some in critical condition and serious condition last night. Have the authorities given any updates on their conditions at this time?
Well, we haven't gotten any updates from the hospital that I've been in contact with, Brigham and Women's Hospital. So as far as I know, I think that essentially, what we know is what we knew last night from the hospitals.
And what about any of the other backpacks, any devices that were found in the area? There were, of course, a lot of reports coming out last night that there could be, in fact, other devices unconfirmed at this time. But any more information about that at this point of
I think a lot of that's going to be cleared up in about an hour, perhaps when the police have a press conference.
And tell us, were you there at the scene when this happened?
Nope, I got hopped on a train to Boston, and we got in about 7:30, and everything was pretty quiet. The police had cleared the streets from around the area, but we kept hearing the same thing over and over again from people we spoke with. There were 2 blasts. Everyone sort of thought the first one was a celebration, and then by the time the second one went off, and then people started to get nervous, and then they heard police sirens, and they realized something was going on.
So tell us about some of the folks that you've been talking to, some that were there on the scene, and perhaps any runners that were there, and what they've been telling you about the experience.
Well, I mean, obviously, it sort of puts a damper on the whole thing. Everyone, is here for a really joyous event, a festive event, the oldest marathon in the country. And, it's something that people look forward to every year. And one runner I spoke with yesterday said, if you had to ask me if I was going to do it again, I would do it in a heartbeat. So he's looking forward to coming back next year.
So people are devastated, of course, but hopeful. And what about anybody who you've managed to speak to that was near the blast, or anybody who was at the hospitals? Did you talk to anybody there? I'm just trying to get a sense of what was going on throughout the night as this was unfolding and people were realizing the extent of the devastation.
Sure. Well, I spoke with somebody who was leaving the hospital after he got treated for some, ear blast damage, some shrapnel, and he definitely wanted to get home to his wife. He was there cheering on his son who was running, and I think everyone was just pretty exhausted last night.
Right, and of course, any what do we know about any updates that we'll be getting today from investigators in terms of press conferences or any planned announcements that will come from the hospitals? I know that they were working throughout the night on many of those patients who, as I said, were in serious or critical condition.
Right, and like I said, we'll probably be hearing from the police in about less than an hour.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much for coming and joining us this morning with the latest. I know you've been working throughout the night, so we appreciate the latest information you've given us.
All right, thank you very much.